on the wish list though. We're talking. Oh, are you on the wish list? We're going to find out. This is the 10 most stimulated words in real estate. Stay tuned. We're going to have a little bit more for you. Morning.
Top of the morning, Billy Bob, Billy Boy.
Feeling a fresh Monday, ready to go.
Friend. You reckon you're doing a Zoom with Grandma and Grandpa last night? They're a bit gutted.
Yeah, it's actually, I know it's sad that, obviously what's happened, the poor Queen, but it's really hit people, some harder than others, yeah. Some people are pretty upset.
I saw one guy on LinkedIn, he said, if one more person bags out the Queen on my LinkedIn account, I'm going to remove you from my LinkedIn account.
Yeah, I like a few of the boys and they were having a bit of a joke about it, but some people don't find it very funny.
Well, it stimulated me to start reading through the comments on this guy's account, and then I sort of couldn't help myself. I had to start making comments.
Yeah.
So people are like, people are like, what has she ever done? It's like, are you serious? Like, why would you just not want to celebrate? Even if she's done one good thing, but she's done millions, but just one. That's enough for me to celebrate someone. Just angry.
It's true. It's a funny old world. But 10 most.
Just before we go on that, I was discussing this also yesterday with Lise. The most, apart from friends and family, the most significant death in the history of the world, maybe the last 50 years, maybe the last 100.
Yeah.
It's big, hey.
It's weird. It like whether you're, monarch or whatever, like it does kind of get around the world. Everyone's talking about it, as it should, But
even if you're not into it, it's still significant. It's something that you look back on in time and think that was a major event, and we're in the moment. We're there. It's happened. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's it. We've got a comment here. But yeah, onto this morning's topic. Yeah, die was a big one. So are you on the wish list is kind of what I got from this, but you said you didn't really understand that. But what we mean is these are the 10 words that are being put into realestate.com by people looking for property. And I guess this is what they're basing their decisions off, whether they go and have a look at the property, whether they just rule it out on first sort of look, or whether it could be their forever home. This is what the people want.
Well, it's what people want. If we could reduce what people want down to 10 words in real estate, it's been done by the people searching all the properties out there. And it was pretty funny this morning because we have to come up with a headline every morning, and there's often a bit of banter.
Yeah. Sometimes a bit of a back and forth.
There's a bit of like, no, yes, no, forth. But it's pretty interesting. And I guess, Billy, this changes what people want looking in for real estate changes. It changes through generations, it changes through years, it changes through, COVID, wars, whatever that may be. But these are the words that people aspire to. These are the words that when they type into Google or they type into realestate.com, these words, and they search around these words. And don't forget, real estate's the biggest investment in this country. There's no one holds more assets in any other class than in real estate. So what they're searching within this class is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
We start off at number 10.
Yeah, in no particular order. So number 10, I'm not sure how they've ordered it, but granny flat, funny enough, is number 10.
So everyone's after an extra income, or they're after housing the granny, extra accommodation on the block of land. Makes number 10.
Makes number 10. I think maybe that could be maybe that could move up in the ranks with, obviously cost of living, interest rates. I think the granny flat's a really good way to try and help pay off the loan.
I love, and Northern Beaches granny flat can rent now for $700 a week, and considering it costs $150,000 to put in your backyard, it's a pretty phenomenal return on your money.
I'd say even less, but yeah, it's amazing. If you've got the space, no wonder there's a lot of people doing it. And I really like what you said on another episode. A smart person, if they don't want to affect, the way the home feels, they can put in like a pool house that can then, add in a swimming pool later on if you've got the space for it, or rather than the granny flat feel.
Well, some people have made the sinister mistake, and when they put the granny flat in their backyard, they literally put it smack bang in the middle of the backyard, and they've lost or prostituted the whole yard to the granny flat. They've ruined their yard. Some people have been a little bit more strategic, if they can, and if they've got the space, and they've been a little bit clever, where they've made it look like a pool house, even if there's no pool. And then later on, if someone decides to put a pool in and it's not a granny flat, it still feels like a premium home with a pool cabana, and then the pool goes in later. Next word.
In no particular order, Luke's actually guessed one. Ensuite is on there. So I guess people upsizing, it's definitely to have that second bathroom come off one of the bedrooms. I think that's always nice.
Well, we don't tolerate the before they used to be able to share a bathroom. A family of house of 3 or 4 bedrooms used to be able to share one bathroom, but no one tolerates that anymore. Even more so, it's probably going more towards 1 bedroom to 1 ensuite for everybody. So it's times are changing.
Dishwasher is number 9.
You know what? If you're a landlord, you've got to put one in. You've got to put one in.
I think to keep up with the times these days, it's definitely on a lot of people's list. I'm surprised it's not higher, to be honest.
Oh, more so, you're going to get punished. If you don't have the mod cons that we're talking about, Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, you will be punished. And what I mean by that is there can be the difference between $100 a week between a good unit and a good unit. But one has these things that we're talking about and one doesn't. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. The dishwasher, you've got to do it.
Here's another one, just like a dishwasher. Built-in wardrobes is on the list. Built-in wardrobes.
Look, it's stuff. In the 70s, who cares? In the 80s, it started coming up with this BIW abbreviation. In the 90s, it was like 50-50. And in the 2000s, everyone had a built-in wardrobe put in. So believe it or not, people used to bring their wardrobe with them. That's gone. And if you don't have a built-in wardrobe, you're finished.
It's true. I think some people have forgotten that, though, and still think the wardrobe's coming with these people. Not happening. Next one is study area or study.
Yeah, interesting. And you know what? It makes me think as a real estate agent, we've got to start using that word more actively as well, where areas can go in. That can be a study. But there's straight out of COVID, that's off. Yeah.
And I think you can be a bit cheeky with a study. It only needs to be kind of like a study nook. But it's obviously on the list. Next one's outdoor area, which is, I thought it was interesting. There's a lot of people that are, still looking for a little bit more space.
Again, probably off the back of study, through COVID, I think there's more emphasis on outdoor areas than ever because you want to break out, particularly if you're working from home a couple of days a week. You're sort of like, you're at that table and you're like, what, I just want to go outside and just sit outside and do a bit of work.
Yeah. Air conditioning, that's on there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is a big one and you will get punished if you don't have that built-in wardrobe, if you don't have that dishwasher, if you don't have that AC, you will be punished when it comes to rent. Tenants want these mod cons more than ever. They are living in their properties probably twice as much. Hours, eyes open hours, people are spending inside their property probably 2 to 3 times more due to COVID. So the pressure on the study, the pressure on the dishwasher, the pressure on the outdoor area is so much more. So you got to be doing it. AC, got to have AC.
And lucky last is garage parking. Yeah.
Yep. And toys. People have bought toys through COVID.
Yeah. I think so many. It's funny. We're selling an entry-level 2-bedroom in Colorado at the moment, and I'd say at least 50% of the the buyers come through. They ask, "Does it have a garage?" And this one's got a carport. But for some people, they're ruling it out. It's a deal breaker.
Yeah, and you know what? If it's not going to go in the garage, it's going to go in the unit. So people are sensitive on space these days. So I think the rise of the garage and the rise of storage is so much more important than it's ever been, because people are working from home inside their apartment so much more. So a bicycle, a surfboard, whatever, golf clubs inside the unit. I want to put my study desk there. That's got to go. We need a garage.
Yeah. That is all 10 of them, though.
Can you bring them up on the screen?
You put me on the spot here because it's going to take a little sec to do it.
But anyway, that's I think if you're a buyer, I think what we've spoken about this morning is super critical, because when you want to resell your property, these are the things people are going to want. When you're a seller, and you're looking at how you can make improvements to your unit, these are the things people want. So remember that you are investing in your future. You are supplying some top 10 items if you're supplying any of these things that we put in here today. If you're a tenant, don't feel bad about asking for these things. It seems to be a natural thing. And if you're a landlord, try to get this stuff into your unit and make the investment. It's a tax-deductible investment when you're putting these things into your unit. And it's going to get you a hell of a lot more rent if you're putting top 10 searched items into your property.
Yeah, that's some really good takeaways from that this morning. I think that can just about apply to everyone.
They're big money makers, hey.
Huge. Like Luke put on one of the first comments, reno potential. Reno potential is great. Like, as I said, we're selling this original two-bedder in Colorado. If you can try and put in 2 or 3 of those things, give it a bit of a freshen up, then you're in, then you're up to market spec, and they rent really well.
Love it.
Yeah. That's the episode. Have a good Monday, start to the week.
Not a cloud in the sky.
I always get nervous with you now, Mark, because we're not supposed to talk about the weather. About the weather.
No, but it's...
Still got to appreciate a good day, though.
Yeah. I'm appreciating beauty.
Sydney, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Why are we not talking about the weather? Can you remind peoples out there?
For the people out there, it's not an office blanket rule, but I think just between Mark and myself, we're not talking about the weather anymore. And it was more so when it was raining. Not talking about the weather. It's a waste of time of the day. It's every day, 2 weeks in a row. We're not wasting those couple of minutes.
With every conversation.
And then you'll take it outside of the office and have a chat with someone.
And then there was the COVID one as well.
Not happening.
Not happening. Not wasting COVID talk.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, bud. Have a great day.
You too.
Well, congratulations on your sale on Friday.
Thank you. Yeah, very exciting. Very, very exciting.
See you, Lisa. See you, mate.
See you. Bye.